Dark, mysterious music, slow zoom into a dimly lit, cluttered laboratory. Machinery hums softly, the only sounds breaking the silence. Imagine a lone scientist on Earth, secluded in his lab, lost in endless calculations, until a surprise from across the galaxy changes his life forever. Roger Wilton at his cluttered desk, surrounded by futuristic technology. He looks up as if sensing something beyond the lab walls. Meet Roger Wilton, an Earth scientist who spends his days pushing the boundaries of human knowledge. But he lives in solitude until an unexpected message arrives from a friend light years away. Zag, an alien scientist on a distant world, knows Roger's pain all too well. For years, they've connected across the stars, sharing discoveries, collaborating on experiments, and forming an unbreakable bond. But this year, for Roger's birthday, Zag has something truly extraordinary in mind. Zag decides it's time to give Roger more than just friendship. He hatches a plan, an audacious one. He'll send Roger a gift that could bring companionship, maybe even love. His idea? To send Alicia, a brilliant and beautiful scientist from his home planet, a woman as curious about Earth as she is about the lonely scientist awaiting her there. But there's just one question. Alicia, intrigued, listening to Zag explain the plan in her futuristic lab. Will Alicia agree to this cosmic mission of the heart? And will Roger be open to the idea of companionship with someone from another world? Get ready for a journey of wonder, intrigue, and perhaps something more as Alicia sets out to Earth on a mission unlike any other. Roger at the bustling spaceport, scanning the crowds in search of his mysterious gift. But what happens when he sees her for the first time? Will their worlds collide or connect? Two scientists from different worlds, one unforgettable birthday surprise, and a gift that could change the fate of Earth itself. Don't miss this incredible, heart-stopping story of friendship, curiosity, and the gift that could change everything forever. For Roger Wilton, scientific discovery is a way of life. Day in, day out, he dives into the unknown, unraveling the mysteries of the universe, with only the cold hum of machines to keep him company. But there's one glimmer of warmth in his otherwise isolated world, a friend on a distant planet who understands his loneliness more than anyone on Earth ever could. Meet Zag, a brilliant alien scientist from the planet Exler. Light years from Earth, he feels an undeniable bond with Roger, a bond forged in the fires of curiosity, respect, and a shared passion for pushing the limits of knowledge. But Zag has a secret plan, a gift that could be just what Roger needs to break free from his solitude. Not a gadget, not a rare element, but a person. He reaches out to Alicia, a strikingly beautiful and sharp-minded scientist with an adventurous spirit. Zag knows that if anyone can bring joy into Roger's life, it's her. But will she be willing to travel across the galaxy to meet a human she's only heard about in stories? Intrigued and excited, Alicia agrees. She's always yearned to experience Earth and meet the mysterious scientist Zag speaks so highly of. Little does she know, this mission will test her heart as much as her mind. Dramatic music as a sleek spacecraft is prepared for launch, decked out with luxurious comforts and advanced tech for her journey. Zag meticulously arranges every detail, ensuring Alicia's journey will be comfortable, preparing her for Earth's customs, and briefing her on what Roger might need. But there's one thing he can't prepare her for, the impact she'll have on Roger's life. Back on Earth, Roger receives an unexpected call from Zag. The normally calm alien has a gleam in his eye, a hint of excitement that catches Roger's attention. He tells Roger to clear his schedule and make his way to the spaceport. There's a surprise coming. With a mixture of anticipation and confusion, Roger arrives at the bustling spaceport. The intercom crackles to life, announcing the arrival of a ship from Exler. At first, Roger thinks Zag might have sent a new piece of tech or maybe a scientific specimen. But when the airlock hisses open and Alicia steps out, he realizes this is something entirely different. Face to face with a mysterious woman sent across the stars, Roger feels a mixture of wonder, curiosity, and something he hasn't felt in a long time, hope. What will happen as they navigate the boundaries between human and alien, scientist and companion? Will this be the beginning of a groundbreaking friendship, or something even deeper? As the days unfold, their connection grows. Together, they embark on scientific quests, bridging worlds, but also unlocking pieces of themselves they thought were lost. But with new connections come unforeseen challenges. Can an Earth scientist and an alien woman from light years away find true companionship? Or is their bond destined to remain just out of reach? Don't miss the journey of discovery, adventure, and the surprising twist that could change Roger's life, and maybe the course of human history. One birthday, one incredible gift, and one story you won't want to miss. Hit play to witness the moment two worlds collide in an unforgettable tale of friendship, love, and the magic of the unknown. The screen is pitch black. Faint, distant sounds of machinery hum and beep. A single light flickers on, illuminating Roger's focused face, deep in concentration. Equations swirl around him on holographic screens, casting a ghostly blue light. Whispering dramatic, Roger Wilton, a brilliant mind, a relentless seeker of truth. But he's lost in his own world, isolated, feeling the weight of his loneliness with every passing day. A close-up of Roger, glancing at an old photograph on his desk, a group of colleagues celebrating. A tinge of sadness flickers in his eyes before he turns back to his work. He's devoted his life to science, sacrificing the comforts of companionship, but his closest friend, Zag, won't let him go unappreciated, especially on his birthday. Zag's laboratory on Exler, filled with floating data screens, rare alien flora, and sleek technology. Zag paces, his face thoughtful and intense. Light years away, an alien scientist shares his friend's burden. Zag knows what it's like to be alone among discoveries and theories, but unlike Roger, Zag has a plan, a gift that is bold, risky, but potentially life-changing. Smiling mischievously, Alicia, I have a special request. One that could change a dear friend's life, and maybe yours too. Alicia, renowned on Exler for her adventurous spirit, listens intently. She's fascinated by the stories of this human scientist who shares her love of knowledge but lives a life so vastly different from her own. Though she's never met Roger, she can't help but feel drawn to the idea of meeting him. Alicia hesitant, I'll go. I'll be his companion, for as long as he needs me. Roger has no idea what's waiting for him on the other side of the airlock, but he trusts Zag. And as the crowd parts, he catches his first glimpse of Alicia. In that moment, his world shifts. This isn't a gadget or artifact, but someone sent just for him. As they work, Alicia brings a fresh energy to Roger's life. Days blend into nights as they share not only scientific ideas, but stories of their worlds. For the first time, Roger feels the joy of companionship. But with every laugh, every shared glance, he starts to wonder, is this companionship all Zag intended, or could there be something more beneath the surface? But then, Roger stumbles upon a hidden message from Zag. Was Alicia sent just for companionship, or is there a greater purpose to her visit? Something that might reshape their very futures? Could it be that Alicia's arrival is part of something bigger, a mission that could bridge the gap between two civilizations? And is he ready to face what that might mean for both their lives? Roger, Alicia, was coming here truly your choice? Or were you sent? Alicia, hesitant, glancing down before meeting his gaze. Zag knew I needed this journey as much as you did, Roger. But what I feel now, that's real. Two scientists, two worlds, one life-changing mission. Can they overcome the distance between their worlds? Or will they have to part before discovering what they truly mean to each other? Get ready for a tale of science, companionship, and the mysterious bonds that form when two worlds collide. Join us as we uncover the surprise that changed everything. One gift, one journey, and a love that defies the boundaries of space. Hit play to see how one surprise can change a life forever. Roger Wilton, a scientist whose brilliance is rivaled only by his solitude. Surrounded by cutting-edge technology, yet feeling 1,000 miles away from human connection. But this birthday, his life is about to take a turn. A mysterious message from his only friend, Zag, hints at an unusual gift. And this is no ordinary gift. It's a choice, a chance, and perhaps something he's longed for all along. Light years away, a friend knows the weight of Roger's loneliness. Zag understands the ache of long nights and empty labs, and he's determined to change it. Zag to himself, voice soft yet resolute, you deserve more, Roger. I won't let you spend another year alone, but Zag's plan is no simple gesture. He knows he's risking a lot. Will Alicia, a trusted friend and a daring spirit, agree to undertake this mission, one that could challenge everything she knows? Alicia is drawn to adventure, fascinated by the unknown. But this mission is different, personal. Zag is asking her to become a companion to a man she's never met. A human scientist on a distant planet who, by all accounts, is as brilliant as he is isolated. Alicia, whispering to herself, smiling slightly, a scientist from Earth, Well, I suppose I've always wanted to see the world through human eyes. The idea excites her, but she senses the depth of what Zag is asking. What awaits her on Earth? And is she prepared for the bond she might form, one that could reshape both of their worlds? Alicia is embarking on a journey that few from Exler have dared to take, a journey across the galaxy to meet a human, not as a colleague or friend of convenience, but as a companion. Little does she know, this mission will challenge her courage, her heart, and everything she thought she understood about connection. Roger has no idea what Zag's surprise could be, until he sees her. In that single moment, the years of solitude, of dedication to science at the expense of connection, begin to fade. Their connection is instant, but it's also complex. For Roger, she is a glimpse into a universe he thought was closed off to him. For Alicia, he represents the thrill of understanding a world entirely foreign to her. Cut to Alicia, watching Roger with a thoughtful gaze as he works, perhaps sensing the emotional layers beneath his quiet exterior. Narrator. But the closer they get, the more questions arise. Was this chance encounter just fate, or was Zag's gift meant to be something far more profound? Narrator. Roger begins to suspect that Zag's gift isn't just about companionship. There's a purpose behind Alicia's presence, a purpose that could mean risking more than just a friendship. Cut to Roger confronting Alicia, both of them standing in his lab, tension thick in the air. Roger, why are you here, Alicia? Is this just a friendly visit, or was there something Zag didn't tell me? Alicia, caught off guard, her voice soft. There's more to this than I understood. But, Roger, the connection we're building, it's real. Scene, Roger and Alicia, outside under the starlit sky, talking in low, intense voices. Roger is torn, his eyes revealing both anger and longing. Narrator, Roger feels both betrayed and captivated. For the first time, he dares to open his heart, only to wonder if everything he feels might be part of some grand plan. Roger, if you're here as part of some experiment, then tell me. I'd rather know the truth than live with a lie. Alicia whispering, her face filled with sincerity. This began as Zag's idea, but I chose to stay, Roger. For you. For us. Narrator, the journey that started as a gift from a friend has become something neither Roger nor Alicia could have anticipated. An encounter that challenges their worlds, their futures, and perhaps the very boundaries of human and alien connection. Narrator, in the end, the choice will be theirs to make. Will they take the risk to stay together, or will the secrets behind Zag's gift pull them apart? Watch now to see how one surprise can change a life, and maybe two worlds forever. Narrator, in the days that followed, Roger and Alicia's partnership blossomed. Their connection, once merely intellectual, now felt undeniably personal. But beneath the surface, questions lingered, questions that neither of them was quite ready to ask aloud. Narrator, late one evening, Roger notices the shift. Alicia, who once seemed so assured, now appears distant, her mind elsewhere. The walls between them are beginning to close in, but for reasons neither fully understands. Roger, Alicia, you've been quiet. Everything all right? Alicia, turning to face him, trying to hide her uncertainty. It's nothing, just adjusting to everything here. Narrator, but Roger's instincts tell him there's more. There's a reason she's not looking him in the eye. And as he's about to press her, the buzzing of a holographic message fills the air. It's from Zag. Scene, the holographic image of Zag flickers to life. But this time, something's different. His usual jovial demeanor is replaced with a more serious tone. Roger's eyes narrow, sensing something amiss. Zag, with urgency, Roger, listen carefully. There's something I haven't told you. I should have told you sooner. Alicia is not just here for companionship. Roger, eyes widening. What do you mean? Narrator, the words hit him like a shockwave. Alicia wasn't just a companion. There was a purpose behind her visit that neither of them had fully realized. And now Roger faces a decision, one that will test everything he knows about trust, friendship, and perhaps love. Narrator, Roger's mind races. The revelation cuts through the calm that had settled between them. Was everything a lie? Was this all part of some plan by Zag? Roger, voice trembling with emotion. Alicia, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't Zag tell me the truth? Alicia, softly, I didn't know what to say. I never expected to. Roger, cutting her off. To what? Grow attached? To make me care. Narrator, the silence between them is suffocating. Alicia wants to explain, but the words seem to elude her. The connection they've formed feels both real and fragile. and it's unclear if the truth will destroy it. Alicia, Roger, when I came here, it was for Zach. I was supposed to help you, guide you, even help you make the breakthrough you've been struggling with. But I never imagined I would actually want to stay. I never thought I'd feel this way about you. Narrator, it's a confession that hits Roger like a revelation. The walls he'd built around himself begin to crumble. But now he faces a question even more difficult. Can he trust her? Can he open his heart, knowing she was sent with a purpose? Narrator, the heart is a fragile thing. And sometimes it takes a single moment, one look, one confession to change the course of everything. Roger, softly, Alicia, I need you to tell me, was any of this real? Or was it just a mission? Alicia, voice trembling, it's real. Everything about this, everything about you, Roger, it's real. But I don't know what that means for either of us. I don't know how this ends. Narrator, and for the first time in his life, Roger is faced with a choice far greater than any scientific experiment. This is a decision of the heart, of trust, of love. The very thing he's avoided for so long. Narrator, in that moment, Roger understands something that no experiment could ever teach him, the power of human connection. And with a single, heartfelt decision, his life, and the life of someone else could change forever. Roger, quietly, I don't know where this goes, Alicia, but I'm willing to find out. Together. Narrator, what started as a gift from across the galaxy has become something neither could have anticipated, a journey of trust, discovery, and perhaps love. The universe is vast, but sometimes the greatest discoveries are the ones we make about ourselves and the people we never expected to meet. In the end, it's not the gift itself that matters, but the people we meet along the way. Stay tuned for the journey that will change 2 lives and 2 worlds forever. This is just the beginning. Stay with us, for the adventure is far from over. The silence that followed their heartfelt conversation has been deafening. Though their bond remains, a new layer of tension is formed. Roger's mind is still reeling from the truth. And Alicia is struggling to understand where her place in all of this is, now that the lines between mission and emotion have blurred. Alicia had always been a woman of clear purpose. But now her heart is divided between loyalty to her people and a growing attachment to Roger. She was sent here to help him to complete a mission. But now the lines between mission and her own desires are dangerously blurred. Just as Alicia is lost in thought, the unexpected happens. A visitor arrives at the lab. Someone with a familiar face. Someone from Exera. A figure Roger had never expected to see. And Alicia knows in that moment things are about to get much more complicated. Zarvik, with a cold smile, Alicia, I should have known you would be here. I've heard things about you, about your connection with this human. I hope you haven't forgotten the mission. Your loyalty to Exera is still expected. Narrator, Zarvik's presence casts a shadow over everything. He's a reminder that Alicia's mission isn't over, no matter how deeply she's fallen for Roger. And he's not here to be a friend. Roger, who was that? What's going on, Alicia? Why does he look at you like you're betraying something? Alicia, voice trembling, Roger. I don't know how to explain this. He's from Exera, a colleague of Zach's. He came to remind me that I'm not just here for you. I'm here for a reason. And that reason has always been bigger than us. Narrator, Alicia's confession leaves Roger feeling betrayed, hurt. But he knows she didn't mean for this to happen. She didn't ask for this. And yet, there's a truth to Zarvik's words that cuts deep. Could this whole thing, this connection, be just a game to her people? Roger with a frown. So, this was all just part of some grand plan? A mission from the start? Alicia, tears welling, no. No, Roger. It started as a mission. But somewhere along the way, I felt something for you. More than I ever thought I could. But even as the truth hangs heavy in the air, a new reality dawns. Alicia must choose between her duty to her people and the feelings she's developed for Roger. And Roger, for his part, must decide whether he can forgive her and take the leap of faith she needs. Sometimes, it's not until we stand on the edge of everything we know that we see things clearly. The weight of the choices, the consequences of their actions, looms over them. But in this moment, there is peace. A stillness that offers a fleeting glimpse of hope. Alicia, looking out at the stars, voice soft, I can't undo what I've done, Roger. But I need you to know that it's real. It's more real than anything I've ever known. Roger looking at her, eyes softening. I wish I could believe you, Alicia. But my heart's been broken before. And right now, it's hard to trust anyone. Especially when I don't know if you're here because you want to be, or because you have to be. And in the quiet of the night, they both face a moment of painful honesty. Roger is not just hurt by Alicia's secret, but by the feeling of betrayal he's been carrying with him. Can he trust her? Can he let himself trust anyone again? Zeg, with an uncharacteristic seriousness. Roger, there's something I should have told you before. It's not just Alicia who's caught in this web. There are forces at play here, forces much bigger than you and I. There are people watching, people who won't allow Alicia to stay. The words hit like a hammer. What started as a simple birthday gift from a friend is now unraveling into something much more dangerous. Forces far beyond their control are pulling strings, and Roger realizes that his life and Alicia's has been thrust into something much more perilous than either could have anticipated. Roger's shocked voice cracking. What are you talking about, Zeg? What forces? Zeg grimly, I wish I could explain everything. But there are things you're not ready to hear. Just know this, there's much more at stake than you realize. And there are people who won't let Alicia live a peaceful life here. She's not just a visitor, Roger. She's a key player in something bigger. What was once a simple journey of discovery has now turned into a race against time. Who are these mysterious enemies closing in? What is the truth about Alicia's mission? And how will Roger and Alicia navigate this storm that threatens to tear them apart? Roger, Alicia, no matter what happens, we face this together. I don't know if I can fully forgive you yet, but I'll fight by your side. That's the least I can do. And as the stars streak by, both Roger and Alicia know that whatever happens next, there's no going back. The path ahead is filled with uncertainty, but it's the only path they can walk. Sure, let's continue the story, taking it further into the tension-filled future. We'll dive deeper into the unknown enemies that are closing in on Roger and Alicia, the revelations about Alicia's true mission, and the growing bond between her and Roger, despite everything.
Narrator, as they travel deeper into the uncharted reaches of the galaxy, an unseen force watches them from the shadows. The stars outside seem distant, cold, just like the pursuit that's closing in. They've been running for days, but the danger is never far behind. Whoever, or whatever, is chasing them is relentless. Alicia, voice tight with worry, they're still tracking us. I don't know how they're doing it, but the signature's unmistakable. We can't outrun them forever. Roger, gritting his teeth, focused. Then we have to outsmart them. We need to find a way to throw them off our trail. Narrator, Roger's mind is sharp, but even he knows there's little they can do against such a skilled and powerful enemy. Alicia, however, has a trick up her sleeve. One that she's kept hidden until now. Alicia, quietly, there's something I haven't told you. The enemy, whoever they are not just after me. They're after a device I was carrying. A device I wasn't supposed to tell you about. Roger, his brow furrows. A device? What does it do? Alicia, sighing deeply, it's a map. A map that leads to something ancient. Something powerful. It's been hidden for centuries, and the people pursuing us want to control it. They believe that whoever possesses it will control the fate of the galaxy. And I didn't know how to tell you. Narrator, the truth hits like a blast from a supernova. Alicia isn't just running from enemies. She's holding the key to something far more dangerous. Something that could change everything Roger thought he knew about the universe. Roger, looking out the viewport, if we can make it through this nebula, we might be able to lose their signal. But it's risky. Alicia, looking over her shoulder, worried. Risky? This is suicide. The nebula's full of gravitational anomalies. We'll be lucky to get out in one piece. Roger, smirking, when has lucky ever been the plan? Alicia knows Roger's right. But the tension between them is palpable. She's been lying to him for days, keeping secrets that could cost them everything. And now, the stakes are higher than ever. Alicia, frantically working at the controls, we need to stabilize the engines. If we lose control now. Roger, grabbing her wrist, his voice urgent. Focus, Alicia. We'll fix it. We always do. They work together, their movements synchronizing in perfect harmony, as if they've been doing this for years. Despite everything that's happened, there's still something unspoken between them, a connection that goes beyond just survival. But even as they steady the ship, the danger isn't over. Alicia, looking at a new set of readings, they've found us again. They've activated a quantum tracker. It's only a matter of time before they're on top of us. Roger, pounding a fist against the console, I'm done running. If they want this fight, we'll give it to them. But even as Roger prepares for a confrontation, Alicia knows that this may not be a fight they can win. The people hunting them are powerful, too powerful. And Alicia's secret mission is only just beginning to unravel. Alicia, shouting, they're boarding us.
Get ready.
Roger, eyes flashing with resolve. Let them come. They've reached the final point. No more hiding. No more time to think.
It's all come down to this moment.
Roger and Alicia are about to face the unknown together, and they don't know if they'll make it out alive. Zarvik, I warned you, Alicia. You can't escape what you are. You belong to Exera, and you'll bring the device back. It's time to end this little rebellion of yours. Roger, standing in front of Alicia, defiant. Not today.
You don't take her from me.
We'll fight. Alicia's heart races, her breath shallow as she realizes the enormity of the situation. There's no turning back now. She's made her choice. And she's not going to let anyone, least of all Zarvik, take her freedom. Or Roger's. In the heat of the moment, the bond between them strengthens. They fight not just for survival, but for something deeper. The love they've formed, in spite of the lies and secrets, is the one thing no one can take from them. Roger, gripping her hand, we're not done yet. We keep moving. We fight together. Alicia, breathing heavily, with a soft smile, I'm with you, Roger. Always. And as they drift into the unknown, a new chapter begins. The galaxy is vast and filled with secrets, but for now, Roger and Alicia have each other. And that may be enough to change the fate of everything. This continuation delves even deeper into the emotional stakes, the mystery of the device Alicia is carrying, and the complex dynamics between her and Roger. It sets the stage for a high-stakes confrontation and builds up the tension as the two of them have to decide where their true loyalties lie. The threat of Zarvik and his soldiers adds urgency and action, while the growing bond between Roger and Alicia gives it a deeper, emotional edge. The hidden station is a relic of a long-forgotten war, one that nearly tore the galaxy apart. The station's location is known only to a few, and it's here that Roger and Alicia hope to find refuge, but more importantly, answers. Because Alicia has one more secret to reveal. The device she carries is only one piece of an ancient puzzle, one that, if solved, could change the balance of power in the galaxy forever. Alicia, there's something you need to know. About the device. Roger, raising an eyebrow. Tense. What more could there be? I thought we were clear. It's a map, right? A map to something powerful. Alicia, sighing deeply, hesitant, yes, but the map leads to something older than you can imagine. Something so ancient that even the Exeran scientists fear it. It's not just a weapon, it's the key to something called the Nexus. Roger, confused, pushing further, the Nexus? What is it? Alicia, nodding, her voice low, the Nexus is a place where time, space, and energy converge. It's said to be the origin of all life in this galaxy. Whoever controls the Nexus controls everything. The weight of her words sinks in. Roger's mind races as he processes the significance of what Alicia has just revealed. A map to the Nexus could mean the difference between salvation and destruction. And now, they're not just running from enemies, they're racing against time itself. The deeper they venture into the station, the more Roger feels the weight of their mission. But they aren't alone. As they enter the command center, they find themselves face to face with a group of individuals, members of the Galactic Council. They're the last remnants of a once great alliance formed to protect the galaxy from ancient forces. Forces that are now waking up. Naira, sternly, you've come seeking refuge, but you've brought with you something much more dangerous than you realize. The Nexus isn't just a place, it's a force. And it's been dormant for millennia. If it awakens, the balance of the galaxy will shatter. Roger, shocked. You knew about this? Why didn't you warn me? Naira, calmly, we tried. But the Nexus is more than just a weapon. It is a living, breathing entity. It has a will of its own. And now, its awakening is inevitable.
The weight of Naira's words sent a chill down Roger's spine. The stakes are higher than he ever could have imagined. But the Council isn't just here to warn them. They've been waiting for someone to come. Someone with the power to stop the Nexus from falling into the wrong hands. Naira, quietly, you must understand, Alicia. The map you carry isn't just a guide to the Nexus, it's a key. And only the one who unlocks it can control what happens next. The Exaran forces know this. They've been hunting you, not just because of the map, but because of what you represent. Naira, calmly but seriously, Alicia, you were chosen for this mission, not by chance. The Nexus didn't just choose you for your intellect, it chose you because of your bloodline. Your lineage holds the key to its power. You are more than just a messenger. Alicia, staring at Naira, stunned. My bloodline? What are you talking about? Naira, your ancestors were once part of the ancient order that kept the Nexus hidden. But over time, that knowledge was lost. Until now. The Exaran forces, led by Zarvik, are not just looking for the map, they're looking for you. They believe they can control the Nexus, but they don't understand what they're dealing with. They will destroy everything if they succeed. Roger, stepping forward, determined. Then we stop them. We stop them together. Alicia, a deep conflict in her eyes. I never wanted this. I never wanted to be part of something so monumental. But now, I realize you're right. We can't let the Nexus fall into the wrong hands. Alicia is no longer just a scientist caught in a web of secrets. She's become the key to the galaxy's future. And Roger, once a man simply trying to survive, has become a protector, a hero in the making. Together, they are humanity's last hope. They don't have time to plan. They don't have time to think. The enemy has arrived, and the fate of the galaxy is now in their hands. But Roger and Alicia won't go down without a fight. Roger to Alicia, reassuring her, we'll get through this. We have to. Alicia, a determined resolve in her eyes, we will. We have no choice. As the warship's weapons charge up, a battle unlike anything the galaxy has ever seen begins. But the real fight is not just for survival, it's for the future. For the Nexus. And for the power that lies within Alicia's bloodline. Narrator, the battle rages on, but even as the Exaran forces close in, there's a moment of clarity. Alicia realizes the truth. This isn't just about stopping Zarvik. It's about choosing what kind of future they want to create. A future ruled by fear and power, or one built on unity and freedom. This continuation adds even more layers to the plot, introducing a deep, historical element to the Nexus and Alicia's role in its potential activation. The tension rises as enemies close in, and the stakes skyrocket with the knowledge that Alicia holds the key to the galaxy's future. There's now a battle not just for survival, but for the destiny of the universe itself. Absolutely. Let's keep the momentum going, ramping up the drama and revealing even more twists as Roger and Alicia face the true power of the Nexus and their evolving roles in the galaxy's fate. The Exaran warship hovers above them, its massive shadow blocking out the distant stars. With each passing moment, the walls of the station tremble, and the air grows thick with tension. Alicia's mind races as the weight of her bloodline's secret becomes clearer than ever. Alicia, to herself, voice barely a whisper, this isn't just a mission anymore. It's my destiny. Roger, approaching her, concerned. Alicia, you're not alone in this. We'll face this together. Alicia, turning to him, eyes burning with determination. I know. But I need you to understand, this isn't just a fight for survival. The Nexus is a force that transcends time and space. Whoever controls, it can reshape reality itself. Roger, shaken, processing the magnitude, as Zarvik gets his hands on it. Alicia, cutting him off, the galaxy will fall into chaos. The Nexus isn't just a weapon, it's an ancient intelligence. It can manipulate the fabric of existence. And I pauses, struggling. I'm its last guardian. Alicia's voice falters, but there's no time to dwell on the gravity of her words. Zarvik's forces are closing in fast, and their first strike is imminent. The countdown has begun. Naira, rushing to the console, eyes locked on the incoming threat, they've initiated an orbital bombardment. The shields won't last more than a few minutes. Roger, turning to Naira, urgently, is there a way to stop them? Naira, grimly, we don't have the firepower to stop them. But there is another way. Naira, looking at the crystal, this is the heart of the Nexus. It's the key to unlocking the station's full potential. But using it comes at a cost. It requires a sacrifice. Alicia, looking at the crystal, horrified, sacrifice? What kind of sacrifice? Naira, somberly, the heart can amplify the station's defenses, turning the tide of battle. But it will also connect you, Alicia, to the Nexus. Once you activate it, the Nexus will know your presence. And if you're not careful, it will take control. Roger, grabbing Alicia's arm, pleading, Alicia, you don't have to do this. We can fight them together, with our own hands. Alicia, her voice steady, yet resolute, if I don't do this, we lose everything. If Zarvik gets to the Nexus first, there will be no hope left. This is my burden to bear. Alicia's body is filled with an unearthly energy as she activates the heart. The very space around her seems to ripple as the Nexus stirs to life, its immense power awakening within her. In that instant, Alicia is no longer just a scientist. She is one with the ancient force that has shaped the galaxy. Alicia, whispering as though in a trance, it's happening. The Nexus is awakening. Roger, backing away, fear creeping into his voice. Alicia, what's happening to you? Alicia, her voice shifting, no longer entirely her own. I am the Nexus. The Nexus is me. Alicia's transformation is both terrifying and awe-inspiring. The very fabric of the station bends and shifts at her will. But she's not alone. Zarvik, sensing the change, orders his forces to accelerate their attack, desperate to reach the heart before Alicia can master its power. Zarvik, from the warship, watching in disbelief. No, this is not possible. Alicia, struggling, her voice echoing in multiple tones. I can feel it. The Nexus is overwhelming me. I must hold on. Roger, desperately reaching out. Alicia, you have to fight it. You're stronger than this. The Nexus, in all its ancient power, is a double-edged sword. It offers incredible control, but at the cost of losing oneself in its infinite expanse. Alicia stands at the precipice, her body and mind at war with the energy she's unleashed. But in the face of destruction, she has one final choice. Alicia, her voice a final whisper, resolute. I won't let it consume me. I am not a tool for the Nexus. I choose to protect what matters. Roger, rushing to her, tears in his eyes. Alicia, you did it. You saved us. Alicia, weakly, a smile flickering on her lips. We saved the galaxy. But the battle isn't over. The Nexus has only begun to reveal its true nature. And Alicia's sacrifice has awakened something far older and more dangerous than either of them could have ever imagined. The galaxy may have been saved, for now, but the war has only just begun. This scene escalates the stakes dramatically, with Alicia and Roger now facing the raw, uncontrollable power of the Nexus. Alicia's ultimate sacrifice, unlocking the Nexus energy, creates both victory and devastating consequences. The transformation into a force of unimaginable power pushes Alicia beyond human limits, and Roger must confront not only the enemies, but also the toll of their mission. It sets the stage for an even greater conflict ahead. Narrator, the station's heart is still alive, but Alicia is not. Her body is tethered to the Nexus in ways beyond comprehension. Her life force is draining away, the price of her incredible power. Roger watches over her, haunted by the sacrifice she made. Roger, gently touching the control panel. Alicia, please come back to me. Alicia, whispering, voice distant. It's all inside me now. The power, it's too much. Roger, frantic, grasping her hand. Alicia, you're still here. Don't go, please. The power of the Nexus is both a blessing and a curse. Alicia's connection to it is growing stronger, but it is taking its toll. As her body flickers between life and death, she struggles to remain grounded, her mind teetering on the edge of the infinite expanse of the Nexus. Alicia, struggling to speak, her voice trembling. Roger, I can feel it. The Nexus, it wants to consume everything. I can't hold it back for much longer. Roger, desperate, you don't have to do this alone. I'll help you. We'll figure this out together. Zarvik, gritting his teeth. eyes burning with rage. This isn't over. The Nexus will be mine. And when it is, I will shape the galaxy to my will. No one, not even Alicia, can stop me. Zarvik, bowing before the figure, the Nexus is not what we believed it to be. It's more powerful than we imagined. But there's more. An ancient enemy is awakening. And if we are to control the Nexus, we must join forces. Ancient figure, its voice echoing with otherworldly power. You dare to seek my aid, Zarvik? You are weak. But your ambition, it has potential. The Nexus is not just a weapon. It is a gateway. And I am the key to unlocking its true power. Naira, worriedly pacing, the Nexus has already begun to rewrite the laws of the universe. The fabric of reality itself is beginning to fray. If we do not stabilize Alicia, we risk losing everything. Roger, eyes filled with determination, looking at the council. What do we need to do to save her? She gave everything to stop Zarvik. We can't lose her now. Elon, his voice heavy with gravity, the only way to stabilize Alicia's connection to the Nexus is to sever her bond with it. But doing so will erase her memories of the last few weeks. It may even erase her memories of everything she's known. It's the only way to save her life. Roger, shocked. What? No. She can't forget everything. She's sacrificed too much. Elon interrupting, his expression solemn. If you love her, Roger, you must let her go. The Nexus is not something anyone can control. If you try to defy its will, it will consume her entirely. Alicia weakly, I heard. I won't forget, but I won't let go. I can't. I have to finish this. Alicia, voice clear and powerful, Roger. I know what I must do. I won't let the Nexus destroy me or anyone else. But I need your help. Roger, stepping toward her, eyes filled with unspoken love and fear. Anything. You know I'm with you. Alicia, smiling weakly, a sense of peace settling in. The Nexus is a bridge between dimensions. But it can also be a weapon, a tool of destruction. Zarvik seeks to control it, but he doesn't understand its true nature. He doesn't understand what it can do. Roger, nodding, resolute, then let's take that power away from him. Together. As the power of the Nexus flows through Alicia, she becomes both its master and its prisoner. The lines between her humanity and the infinite intelligence blur, but with Roger by her side, she understands her true purpose. She will protect the galaxy, not as its weapon, but as its guardian. The Nexus is not just a force of destruction, it is a force of creation. With the heart in Alicia's hands, she begins to reshape the universe. The shadows of Zarvik's empire dissolve as the power of the Nexus brings light to the darkness. A new era is born. And Alicia is no longer just a guardian. She's the very foundation of a new reality. This chapter intensifies the stakes, showing the true cost of Alicia's power and the heavy decisions both she and Roger must face. It brings in a new, looming threat, Zarvik's alliance with an ancient entity that could further escalate the war, and sets up the ultimate confrontation where Alicia's role as the Nexus Guardian reaches its apex. The journey has just begun, but the power to reshape reality itself lies in their hands.